Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, I am a little bit under the weather, but I have to say, this season, as chaotic as it is, has still been entertaining me. Even as I am sick, I said I have to go record a video for this review. So before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So the last episode left us on not necessarily a cliffhanger, but we were wondering how far did Tatiana and Clay go in that intimacy suite? And it is now confirmed that they definitely went all the way. Sucks to hear, because Clay was able to manipulate his way into the cooch, which sucks. And then we find out that he's been withholding more information from Tatiana.
He's really been walking around here sweating. The night Clay was drunk, Tati went to sleep early. He started talking about the best friend stuff, like my best friend's coming, then he was quiet.
Like 5'11", real slim, porn star.
What was the point of even saying that? Like, it was no reason we need to know what she does for a living. Oh, your best friend's a girl.
Yeah.
I think that it's an issue when you are unable to tell your partner that. And then you also brag about the fact that they are slim, a certain height, and that they happen to be a porn star. You're bragging about that drunkenly, and you cannot tell your partner that. And I'm also thinking too, did Miss Girl want the world to know that she was a sex worker? Maybe that was an information that she wanted to be broadcast on television. So now not only are you not being a safe space for Tatiana, you're also not being a safe space for your so-called best friend in the whole entire world. Clay is a very scary man, and if anybody is watching this and they're not getting that impression, I fear for you. So it's time for Clay's friend to come, and of course, because she is the bestest friend in the whole entire world, they have no problem showing how much affection they have for each other.
What you say ooh for? Both?
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 She jumped on him? Two hands?
She jumped on him?
Yeah.
She jumped into your arms?
What are you
Did
talking
you pick
about?
her up? That's not her. Don't jump on him.
Respect me.
Okay.
Before it's a problem. Would you let somebody jump on your man like that?
Look.
This drink must be in your face. Stupid hoe. Who does like that, you dumb bitch?
That doesn't seem like a good mother figure for your child.
Granted, Tatiana did not handle this situation well at all, and we'll get to that. But everybody is here making a joke of this situation, laughing in this girl's face, instead of pulling her aside to say, hey, baby girl, listen. Let me tell you what's been going on with your man, because clearly he feels like he can play in your face, but one thing we're not going to do is do the same. But every single person there who she calls friends, every single person there has just been privy to her being dogged out on national television, and nobody has intervened. That is crazy to me. What's also crazy is the fact that Clay let this girl jump on her and wrap her legs around him and thought, this will be fine. Huh? What? Upon further reflection, she did not wrap her legs around him. It was just one raised leg, and potentially the other one would have gone up. We don't know. But Tatiana was told a story and she ran with it. And Clavassier is not innocent, and we'll talk about that at the end of this video. So I get Tatiana's irritation, fully warranted, but her reaction is a problem. She's now going, not even to bark at Clay, to bark at the girl, talking about, you need to respect me. That's not respectful. How are you going to do that? That's my man. Get off him. Not too much. Girl, don't you think she felt comfortable doing that because your man hasn't set certain boundaries? Even with the guy friends that I have, whether or not you're in a relationship, there's just certain things that I'm not going to do. But I'm definitely putting up even firmer boundaries when you have somebody in your life and they do the same for me. So you mean to tell me this friend is well aware that y'all are trying to forge a relationship, and she felt comfortable enough to do that with your partner, and he didn't protest? He didn't come to you and say, hey, by the way, this happened. It felt kind of weird to me too. Let's talk about it. He is the one who is not respecting you in your relationship. She is doing what she has been granted to do. Let's start there. So then she starts popping off at the mouth, and I'm thinking, oh, Tatiana, you got a temper on you, don't you? You do. You definitely do. There was even a point where she called Clay a bitch, and I said, Listen, one thing about me, when you get to the disrespect, we're done. We're done. I have always been a person who, like, calling me a bitch, do not speak to me ever. There was one time I didn't speak to somebody for 5 years because of that. I don't play about that. I truly do not. So the fact that she called him that and then still wanted to forge a relationship after is crazy to me. And the fact that he was going to entertain it too is crazy to me. Signs of a toxic relationship in the works. Absolutely. So of course, Clay is sitting there confused, like, oh my gosh, like, what's the big deal? Like, what was the issue? She's my best friend and the godmother. And the godmother to my child that Tatiana still don't even know about. And so the men corral around Clay and they said, no, my brother, you've taken it too far.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was with you until she wrapped that leg up. I was like,
Did you apologize yet?
I didn't get a chance to. I was chasing her.
Yeah, that's the first thing.
I didn't see anything bad, but clearly the rest of the house did. You know the flowers I got you, my best friend was the one that told me to do that? Something else I want to tell you is I have a daughter.
At this point, I don't even give a about the kid. Why the would you let her jump in your arms in front of a house full of people who have been watching us be booed up every day? They told me.
Who was they?
So you mean to tell me these men can go up to Clay and say, hey, by the way that the girl hugged you was disrespectful. You need to go and apologize because that's not how you treat a woman in your relationship. But none of y'all can open your dirty, stinking mouths to tell the man that lying about having a child is more disrespectful and that he should be accountable for that. And he should go and show respect to his partner by letting her know, hey, by the way, I have this going on. Because number one, not only are you lying to me, you're lying about a child. I completely draw a line when it comes to a deadbeat parent. He could be very present in the kid's life, but I'm sorry, even lying about the presence of the child to begin with, that's a problem. I've told y'all about the story of the guy last year who lied about having a kid. From that point on, like, my stomach turned. Ew, disgusting. So anyways, Tatiana hears about the kid. At this point, she's so digmatized, she's not even fazed by the kid part. She's more pissed off about the hug. She says, oh, you've now made me look stupid because of, how you hugged the girl and whatever. But you don't want to acknowledge the fact that he's been lying to you this whole time. So he's been making you look stupid the day you arrived. From the day that you arrived. And then he's been deliberately trying to get you in that intimacy suite, knowing he's lying to you and withholding information from you. So he's not only a liar, he's manipulative. He's not a safe space. He's disrespectful. Don't ask me why I can't lift up my ring finger. Like, no. And you're still going to entertain. So her mom comes and she still introduces him she allows him to introduce himself to her mother. The way I would say, absolutely not, mama. Let's go have a talk upstairs in the bedroom and let's sneak you out the back door. I don't even want you laying eyes on that man. I don't want you in his vicinity. Absolutely not. So he comes in, he introduces himself, and she's like, okay, well, you can go now. And I'm thinking, it would be exhausting for me to be petty in this situation. I would just have to cut you off and move on. I get it. It is hard. I'm not saying it's easy. But being petty in response, like, doing all of this, doing all these theatrics is just too much. Even the next day, she ends up writing F-U with her roses and she leaves it at the bottom, like at the front of the doorway. And so he knows it's obviously her. And then they're all in the kitchen together and she's giving him the silent treatment. But then the silent treatment doesn't even last long because they end up talking and she's like, call up that girl. I said, what? And that's not the sound of the phone. That's the sound of a bird.
She's standing right here. So obviously there's still a certain level of care there.
I would like you to call her and let her know that what she did was wrong.
That we did yesterday was not cool, bro. It was a lot.
Can we clarify that that was not a regular hug? Like, let's not play dumb.
I can see that your tax bracket is a lot below mine.
So, Clay, do you think that that's fine? Do you think it is fine? I'm sorry, I'm not a porn star like you, so. Tell her it was wrong.
It was wrong.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
There's nothing to talk about.
I just said it was
You're
wrong.
not speaking up for me.
From the beginning, she had questions about his integrity. So why she proceeded with the relationship is beyond me. And now she wants him to call up the girl and make sure that she is put in line, instead of him being the one put in line, because he could have put up boundaries to make sure that she don't do that. Or he could have called her out and been like, hey, I know we have a certain kind of relationship, but I'm actually with somebody right now. We can't be doing all that. And even before, he was like, what did he say to her mom? Oh, I don't want to hurt her. I never intended to hurt you. Hurting me is a choice. I'm so sorry. The only way where hurting me is not a choice is if it's something that was absolutely unavoidable. Dishonesty, you know that's going to hurt me. Manipulation, you know that's going to hurt me. But anyways, here she is, not even caring about the whole kid situation. She wants to make sure that this girl is put in check. They're now fighting. And she's like, oh, well, you're a porn star. Like, you're lowbrow. You're whatever. The other girl's like, well, you're lowbrow because you drink champagne or you drink wine out of a champagne flute. And then this spineless man can't even mediate. He can't even de-escalate the situation. And Tatiana's looking at him like, so you're not going to say something? You're not going to come to my defense? Girl, strike 3. Really strike 17, but we'll just say strike 3. He lied to you. He disrespected you, and now he can't even come to your defense. And you're sticking around. You're entertaining it. Petty or not, you're entertaining it. Even the fact that she said, I'm going to be petty to make sure that he feels what I feel, that just shows that he still has a handle on you. He still has control over you. Girl, okay. Let's shift from them for a little bit. We have Jared and Charlie who are having a conversation about marriage and stuff. And she's like, oh yeah, these are certain things that are required in a marriage. And he tells the cameras that he's actually been down this road before. So he knows what it takes to be an adequate partner, which is also so insulting because you're currently not doing what it takes to be a good partner. And you're admitting that you know that. So anyways, he says that he is not going to go down that road again until he finds somebody who doesn't exhaust him. And so I'm assuming that being with Charlie right now is tiring for him, which is why he's wasting her time. That's insane to me. To say, I know how to be a better man. I know how to be a better partner. I'm just deliberately choosing not to because I want poom is crazy. Guys, it cannot be that hard to get cooch at home. It cannot be. Some of these guys and girls out here who are just so fixated on doing whatever it takes to conquer that body, I actually question your mental health. Are you okay? Are you okay? You are totally fine with damaging somebody's self-esteem, wasting somebody's time. She could be at home with those kids that she lied about, but you wanna just string her along for the potential of getting in her guts. And you're okay with that. Morally, that's fine with you. Moving on. Britt is talking to, I think it was Kiki, and she says that physically things are not progressing with her and Ty, and she doesn't plan on things progressing physically because she's just having a mental block when it comes to him. And apparently everybody's just been waiting for them to get it cracking. I don't know why that's their business. Well, actually, it might be Jay's business because Jay has clocked the fact that Brittany has been very touchy-feely with Cinco. So as far as Jay is concerned, Brittany's hands should stay solely on Ty. But okay. She claims she wants an alpha male. I will say, I do think everybody's definition of alpha male is different. I just don't think for me personally, Ty would fall into that. So I think that's what's missing for Brittany. I don't think there's an attraction to this man, but she claims it's just a mental block. We don't know what that mental block is. So Ty apparently has an apartment in LA. And so, not apparently, Ty has an apartment in LA, and he plans a date where he takes her back to his place and he cooks for her. And if you know men, you know this is an easy way for them to try to get you in that bed. Baby, she don't want to be there.
I wanted to slap you, but you know, I have consent to slap you.
No, you don't. I'm just trying to find the chemistry that we have over the phone.
Let me see. I can't get no tone.
No.
A little bit of tone.
This man thought that the roadblock and why they haven't progressed physically is because Brittany was afraid of going into the intimacy suite. No, baby, she doesn't want to be intimate with you. That's the issue. It ain't the bed. It's not the suite. It's you. She don't want it. And I don't know why this cast just can't read the room. Ty can't see that Britt isn't interested. Brandon can't see that Kiki's what's the word? Her mind is preoccupied with somebody else. Charlie can't see that she's being strung along. What's her name? The old lady. Oh, sorry. Ooh. What is her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about though. She can't see that Chris is not interested. Tatiana, actually, I can't even put this on Tatiana. I do think that Tatiana can see the issues. She just doesn't want to accept it for one reason or another. I don't know. And the interesting thing is when her mom came, she and her mom were like, oh yeah, there's other men in this world. Like, you don't have to die on this hill for this man. Like, there will be somebody else who's definitely worth your time. So then why are you wasting your time with Clay, knowing that he's not the kind of man that you want to be with? You've had to test his integrity week after week after week. Clearly something ain't right. And now you've made it worse by giving him the poom. Like, girl, he got exactly what he wanted. Anyways, we're talking about Ty and Britt. She had said that there's no chance that they're getting into the boom boom room. So I don't know if he thought that he could maybe like soften her up by removing her from that situation. It doesn't matter. If she doesn't want you there, she doesn't want you anywhere else. She just doesn't want you. Unfortunately, whatever connection they built hasn't been able to translate in real life. That's life. It happens. Let's pick ourselves up and move on. Tatiana and Clay actually agreed to a therapy session. And while they are both trying to shift blame on the other person, I believe they're both at fault.
He's like lying a lot and or not telling full truths from your perspective. Where are you emotionally right now?
I'm exhausted. I got bad nerves and anxiety. Something I didn't tell her is like about the PTSD and traumas I have from my deployment.
It makes me start to think of what we call avoidance coping. Your response to the trauma is to freeze. When in reality, you'd be surprised what comes on the other side of having the difficult conversation. The anger is understandable. A boundary's been crossed. It will be a part of your job to make sure she feels trust. Are you willing to fix this relationship?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What? Okay.
It is clear that Clay has been through a lot, and I do empathize with his experience. That doesn't absolve him of his behavior on this show, though. He knew what he was doing was wrong. Otherwise, he would have just fessed up to having a kid. He would have opened up about his friend being a lady and maybe them having weak boundaries in their relationship. But he didn't want to do that because he would do whatever it takes to bamboozle Tati into bed. He would do whatever it took. To me, that's insane. I'm sorry. That's unforgivable. No. Then with Tatiana, again, I wanted to be on her side, but from the beginning, she saw something was off and she didn't do anything about it. And whereas she had a chance before to really have a clean break from him, she allowed the love bombing to continue, and she now got physical with him. Maybe she's a person where getting physical doesn't create that attachment. There are a lot of people who are like that. But for me to get to the point to where I say I love somebody, I'm in too deep. I don't know if I could just cut you off that easily. That's not my ministry. It doesn't seem like it's her ministry. Otherwise, she wouldn't be so riled up the way that she is. So yeah, you got to trust your gut, baby girl. You have to trust your gut. And I think she just needs better judgment in general, because how many times have people insinuated the fact that there are things going on with Clay and she didn't investigate more? And on top of that too, if she learns that all these people knew what was going on and she still considers them friends, I think overall her judgment is just poor. Really. You need a better radar on who really has your back in friendships and who is worth being a partner to. Because Clay ain't it, and neither are them people in that house. Speaking of the other people in the house, Chris and Alexis meet with their friends and family, and clearly they are on two completely different... They are in different books.
With me and her, it's a 10-year age gap. Dated like two older women, but they weren't the controlling type. She was pushing the sex agenda hard.
I got some condoms for you. It's not all about sex. Oh, is that what he said?
How can I maneuver around Christopher?
It's your mouth.
My mouth?
Yeah.
Alexis says she has never had to fight this hard for a young boy. And so again, I ask, do these people struggle to read the room? Because if you have to fight so hard, maybe it's because he don't want you. He don't want you. And what do you look like fiending for a penis in your 40s on television? I'm sorry. I'd be embarrassed. I would. Grown-ass women like myself going on television, chasing after this young buck who wants nothing to do with me. Nothing at all. He just wants to be on television. We know that to be true. I watched another creator talking about this accent that he puts on, and honestly, it becomes more and more clear as time goes on. I'm not American, so I don't know what's authentic and what isn't, but it really does feel like a facade that Chris is putting on, and she's just a puppet in his big story. And even if she is in on it, this is similar to season 1. The season 1 couple that had that DV situation, they both went online later saying that they were both in on it, but like at the woman's expense. And so here again, you have a situation where Chris allegedly is coming on the show to propel his acting career, social media career, I don't know. And if she's in on it, it's again at her expense. There's nothing flattering about looking desperate in your 40s on TV. At the end of the night, we go back to Clay, who throws a tantrum because he thought Tatiana would have a completely different demeanor after their therapy session, but she still has an attitude, and he does not know how to deal with it.
Give me some juice.
Sure, honey.
Don't touch me.
Okay. I won't. Like, jerked away and snatched away. It was just like, damn.
You don't get full granted access just because you say sorry.
Wow, what's up?
Yeah, I'm trying to leave, bro. I'm going on. I don't think this is working. You said that you don't want to give it your all.
If you want to make this work, then I'm here.
I started packing. My whole thing.
What's your decision?
I started packing.
The only thing I will give him is that if Tatiana says she's willing to work on things in her relationship, she has to show signs that she's working on things. So still being petty, still making snide comments, that does not prove that you're ready to work on things in your relationship. However, Clay, you have done many a wrong in this relationship. So therefore, you're just going to have to suck it up and deal with however long it takes the girl to forgive you. You don't get to determine the timeline on when she should get her act together. That's not up to you at all. So I'm going to pack my bags. I'm going to go home. Go home. Go. Ain't nobody holding you back. Even Tatiana's like, well, do you want to go? Yes or no? Well, I already packed my bags. Well, what do you want? I already packed my bags. Big man like this, acting like a 5-year-old. Acting like one of Charlie's kids. Yo! Oh my gosh, this cast is embarrassing. Embarrassing, truly. So eventually, after they're back and forth, he decides, you know what, I'm just going to go home. I'm not going to put up with this kind of disrespect. Go home, bye. Tatiana has to go home as well, obviously. And she says that she's going to block him on everything as soon as she gets her phone back. I find that hard to believe. I think he's still going to have a hold on her for a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a clean break, but I hope it is. I hope that she pays him dust. And I hope that Clay has some introspection after this show. I doubt that he will. There is some bird out there who will also put up with his behavior. I'm quite sure. So, yeah. All the best to you, I guess. Hello, guys. So I just opened my YouTube. I saw that Chloe Johnson was live and she was talking about the Clay and Tati situation. Apparently it is way messier than whatever we got to see because Clay is notorious for being just a trash boyfriend. He was on the Glamour channel and he spoke about that with his exes, one of which is the best friend porn star. So that's interesting.
How would my exes describe my relationship? She was attracted to my
body, his smile, his personality. Clay made the first move. He walked up to me and he said, hey, we should get together and shoot some skits sometimes. And then he looked at my ass for a very, very long time. He tried to take me to the beach, but I wanted to go to dinner. So we went to Mexicali.
First kiss was
actually outside of his grandma's house.
Who paid on dates?
Clay always tried to make me pay on dates, but I made him pay on the dates.
She introduced me to.
Am I able to say this? Kama Sutra.
We dated for
a year.
2 months after 8 months of friendship.
About a year.
We broke up because
I was worried that he'd eventually cheat on me.
So yeah, definitely make sure to head over to Chloe Johnson's channel. I'll add some clips from the Glamour video, but she has all the tea with Tati's social media response to this whole situation and everything. So tap into that and then come back and tell me your thoughts. The episode ends with Charlie and Charlie, Jared, and Kiki having a conversation where Kiki's like, yo, basically I'm gonna crash out if y'all go. Which makes me wonder why Kiki is always on the brink of a meltdown when somebody's gonna leave the house. Like, is this trauma from losing her mother or from losing her man to other people? Or does she really not want to spend any time with Brandon? Because girl, you should be fine. Your man is still in the house, but you're worried about everybody leaving. Okay. And Charlie's like, do you think I'm leaving this man? I'm not doing that. And then we see Jared talk to the cameras being like, you know what? I got to be honest with this girl. So then in the preview, he lets her know that he's been stringing her along. Ooh, I'd be so pissed. But we'll see how she handles that because we know she loves her some Jared. I don't know why, but she does. So anyways, all that is to come in the next episode. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.